Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Early Career Academic. On this channel, I explore how I use the Passion Planner to set personal and professional goals. In this video, I'm going to be using one of the back pages in my medium Passion Planner with a dusty rose color and rose gold tabs. You can see I've divided the back pages up into 3 sections. So I'm turning to the work section here. This is a Passion Planner PDF. It's the Project Planner PDF if you're interested. These are free on their website. You can just enter your email and they send you a download for these PDFs. I saw this one when I was combing through like the most recent inserts, and I thought this is super cool and really timely because, as you guys know, I am working on a writing project right now, and what I thought I could use is some focus up time, basically breaking down the project to myself, what I have done, what I need to do, what steps I need to take to move the needle on that project. And this just seemed like a really great way to do it. Now, when I filmed this, I was coughing incessantly, so I didn't record myself speaking about it at the time. So I'm doing this like later voiceover. As you can hear, I'm still sick, but at least I'm not coughing every 5 seconds, so that's a win in my book. So what I did is I started out with the project, the due date, and at the top there's also a little progress bar. I skipped it initially because I wanted to decide first like what exactly meant 20% of the project being done, 30%, so on. So I hadn't thought that through, so I skipped the progress bar section. And here I'm just jotting down some of the things that are under this project umbrella, like what this project entails. This area, it prompts you to put an overview or a description of the project. I just decided to break it down by item that is covered in the project. So that's what I'm doing there in that section. But that's where you would probably jot down some description of your project if you wanted to. And I liked this sheet because it does give you space to think about the steps you need to take in the project, and then the resources you have for that project. I think that can be really essential, and something we don't always think about is what do we have access to, or literally, do we actually have to help us with a project? It might be some monetary resources. It might be some access resources. It might be a network or community. What do we already have? So I think that's actually a really helpful box that it gives you. And I'm writing down the resources that I have to make this chapter, go well. That's my goal, is to make sure this chapter goes out well to the world, does good in the world. And so I'm thinking through the resources that I have for that. And it was helpful too to remind myself of even though I'm sprinting to this manuscript deadline, that I have a lot of support, a lot of resources, let's put it that way, for this project. So I did jot down the major things I needed to do. And then the bottom part of this PDF is really why I like it as much as I do. And that is, it asks you to jot down the 4 major tasks, and then kind of subtasks under that. And then next to it is 2 check boxes, one which says started or finished. And I think that's useful to kind of keep track of where you are in a project. Then there's a notes column next to each task row. And so it's helpful, I think, when you have to jot down okay, I requested these books, but I haven't received notification that they're in yet, or I sent out this survey, but I'm still waiting to hear back from people, or whatever. In my case, I am still doing secondary research on this topic, but I'm hoping to do some drafting this week and then pull it all together and then have a little time to rest and then look at it again before it's due. I also did send out a survey hoping to get responses from others like myself to include. It's partly my fault for sending it out kind of late, but I only received 1 response, so I don't know if I'll be including that survey in my article or not. It depends a little bit if I get some more responses. I'm a little disappointed with that aspect of the project, but I really did half-ass that. I thought it was a good survey, if I do say so myself, but I am also didn't share it with everywhere that I could, in part because I realized too late that I needed an IRB approval, and I didn't want to send the survey on official channels when I didn't have that IRB approval in hand. So it's possible that that might come through in time for me to still use it, but I don't know. I don't know what to expect there. So you might be thinking, Tanya, like, are you a noob? Like, didn't you know you need an IRB? What I will say is that when I worked at a different institution, a private institution, we were able to request IRB approval after the fact. I think it's because in the humanities, like, we don't have the same approaches to research. You know, a lot of our research is looking at stuff after the fact, and, you know, the way in which our projects intersect with other humans tend to be pretty passive at best. You know, we don't attempt to make a lot of actual intervention. A lot of it's just kind of like gathering data, and that's what my goal here was, to gather stories. You know, but I appreciate the IRB's purpose, and I appreciate its the way in which it prompted me to consider how to protect, you know, the survey participants' privacy and stuff like that. So I appreciate it. I don't always think about it because we're not, like, you know, doing double-blind studies of medication. Like, it's not that kind of study where I would obviously forefront in my mind thinking about participant safety if I was, like, testing stuff on them. And in this case, I'm not even planning on, breaking down their answers in a qualitatively critical way. I'm really just sort of interested in representing stories like mine. So, you know, I wasn't thinking about it, and then I was like, oh, right, I should get one of those, get an IRB approval. But we can apply it retroactively. We shouldn't, but we can. In any case, that's where I'm at in the project, is I'm still doing secondary research, but I am going to start drafting this week. And I also have a few books I need to pick up from the library. So what I'm doing here is I'm jotting down all the steps I need to do for each task and putting little due dates next to them so that I have an idea of, like, how to break out the tasks over the next 2 weeks. And this is actually a very useful exercise for me because it forced me to think about all the small steps leading to the bigger steps and when I would allocate time for those things. I will say this definitely didn't happen already the way that I had planned it last week because of my own illness. I just got very sick really fast. I developed a fever at one point. I was just unable to do to meet some of these dates that I set. But I did take a bunch of steps right after filming this to get the project going, to keep it going. You can see on the year in pixels on the left that I've been doing a lot of research days. So I'm feeling really good about it considering how little time I have. And this project PDF was, I think, super useful. So if you're looking for something to help you, like, focus up on a new project, I would recommend downloading this PDF and giving it a go, seeing how it helps you. Right now I'm deciding, like, what portions of this project equal what percentages so that I could fill in the progress bar. So that's what you see me doing here, is, like, thinking it through. And then I'm deciding that I'm about, I forget if this was 20 or 30% done with the project. I'm definitely nowhere near the end, as you can see. So that's the plan anyways. Yeah, I think 20% done because I still have so much research and drafting to do. But hopefully I will chip away at that this week and feel a lot better about it in the coming weeks. So I did jot, I think, a note, yes, to myself, and this was probably having to do with, when I had decided, like, what tasks equaled what percentage of the project done, I'm just jotting that in the notes column so I don't have to remember it when I come back to this page. I can be like, oh, I decided this was 50% and this was 100% or whatever. So I'm just making a little note so I don't have to think about it again. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you've used this PDF or if you plan on using it for something. If so, what? Like, I could see this has wide-ranging, like, applicability, you know, like if you had like a home project you wanted to tackle, certainly an academic or a work project, but it could also be like a kids related project or even a health goal. Like I could see you using this for many things. So yeah, let me know if you guys have used it, and if so, do you like it? You know, how it went for you. And I am just updating my year in pixels there towards the end. So thanks so much for watching. Again, let me know in the comments if you used it, and stay tuned. I will hopefully have some more normal videos for you coming your way. Here it is, and please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Take good care. Bye.